So you all want to know, huh? You all want to know why I did what I did? Well, let me make something clear. This has nothing to do with any of you. I could care less what you think of what I did to Mr. Very Cool. This has been a long, long time coming. And let me tell you where it all started. It all started at the Friendo draft. I was watching just like everybody else. And all of a sudden, I get thrown into this tag team with some random guy because Steve here said he needed another tag team. And you know what? I was fine with it at first. I thought, maybe I get signed to this tag team, we get on TV more, I get to show more of my skills, I get more singles opportunities. But no. Ever since the first match, I knew that if this was going south, I was going to drop this guy like the dead weight he always was. When I approached him and came up with this whole idea of being a tag team partner officially with a big name and everything, it was supposed to be my skill and his charisma. Yet somewhere along the way, his charisma got in the way of my skill. He forgot what his place was. He was a party man. He was a mascot for the team while I held the team together. Guess who got us to those tag team titles? It sure wasn't Mr. Very Cool dancing around the ring like a retard. And trust me, in that very first match at the Friendo draft, I knew exactly what I was going to do. This plan was set in motion a long time ago, and those of you that were really watching knew that it was coming. Let me play you a little clip from the Friendo draft. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Play the clip.
Where are we going? Oh man.
See what I mean? From the moment the bell rang on our very first match together, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Exactly what I did just then. I would step over you. And let me tell you something. Doing that in that match paled in comparison to how great it felt to drop off that apron, flip you the bird, and watch you crumble beneath your feet just like I knew you would. Without me, you were nothing. You lost to Hollywood superhero impersonators. How sad is that? And all that time, I watched and I laughed and I smiled and I watched you lose like I knew you would. And then afterwards, I drilled your head into a steel chair. And yet, surprisingly, it seems like that's not enough. Because, I went to the hospital that night after you left in that ambulance to see your lifeless body in your hospital bed. And apparently, two things happened at that hospital. Apparently, you left the hospital almost immediately after being checked in. And also, one of the doctors told me all the medicinal marijuana was stolen. So I knew it was either you or Matt Riddle. So, this is where we stand, Mr. Very Cool. You're out there somewhere, probably watching this, probably wondering where you're gonna strike me next. Well, I don't plan on showing up on WSteveW until I get what I want. And this is why I'm doing this, because I'm exposing WSteveW for what they've done. You know what? I'm done going by WSteveW's rules. WSteveW is part of the reason why I'm not a bigger main event star, a main event singles star. You all remember WrestleBlood, right? That night, me and Mr. Very Cool became the tag team champions of WSteveW. But it could have gone a hell of a lot different. You all remember at the beginning of the show, there was a Brian Blade Memorial Battle Royal. Well, as you guys are about to see, a little bit of behind-the-scenes footage of how this Battle Royale came to be and deciding the participants of this Battle Royale. Let me play you this little clip and explain to you why I'm also very mad at not only Mr. Very Cool, but at entire staff at WSteveW. You see what I mean? See what I mean? I couldn't have been in that Battle Royal because I was stuck in a tag team with Mr. Very Cool. Oh no, we can't put them in this Battle Royal. They're a tag team. They belong together. One can't exist without the other. I call bullcrap. They know that Mr. Very Cool fails without me. The whole team name, Wrestlecool. 4 letters for Mr. Very Cool. The rest of it, all me. All the success we had, all of it came from me. Mr. Very Cool didn't bring anything to the table. That night would have gone by so differently if they had just let me in that battle royal. If I was in that battle royal, 1, I would have won that battle royal. 2, I would have won the tag team titles. And 3, I would have beat the Fisherman. I would have sent that guy flopping back to the ocean, and I would be a double champion in WSteveW. But no, I couldn't, because I was stuck with Mr. Very Cool. You know, you want to know something that happened that night? You know, WrestleBlood, we won the tag team titles. You want to know what happened after we won the tag team titles? It started out as much as you would expect. We went and we partied for a little while. We went to the clubs, we met some ladies, we were hanging out, partying, champagne, drugs, all that good stuff. But I went back to the hotel room. I went to sleep, and the next day I woke up expecting Mr. Very Cool to be there as well. Nah, he ain't there. He never came home from that night. So I figured, hey, maybe he's at the gym. Maybe I'll see him at the gym, we'll pump some iron, and then we'll get ready for our next match. I go to the gym, he's not there. It's fine, I'll weightlift. Hopefully I'll get a hold of him and then see where he is, and then he can get his weightlifting in later on. Guy's got great calves, but he's got a stupid brain. So, I get back to the hotel room from the gym, I open the door, and Mr. Very Cool is laying on the hotel bed snorting cocaine off of the tag team titles. That's a champion? No. At that moment, I knew I had to do something. And it was a perfect timed moment to do it against the Super Zeros. I mean, those guys are hilarious. I would love to spend a week with the Super Zeros rather than with Mr. Very Cool. The Super Zeros, they can tell me a whole bunch of stories about being on the Hollywood Strip. Mr. Very Cool, it's the same old stuff all the time. You want to hit this, you want to snort this, you want to sleep with this chick, you want to sleep with this chick, you want to sleep with this dude, you want to sleep with this dude. It gets tiresome. It gets annoying, you know? And since I turned my back on Mr. Very Cool, rightfully so, I have had peaceful night sleeps. And it is incredible. It's an incredible feeling. And it's gotten even better because today I got some words from WSteveW management that exactly that, since I didn't get an opportunity to be in that battle royal at WrestleBlood, they have granted me an opportunity to prove that I am a better single star than a tag team wrestler and that I am a better single star than Mr. Very Cool. Because I have a one-on-one match with Fisherman. And once I beat Fisherman and turn him into fish sticks, Mr. Very Cool, I know you'll probably be watching from some shrinky-dink hotel room, but I want to see you watching me on TV, winning without you. You had no reason being involved in that matchup. You had no reason sticking your nose in my business. You should have stayed away, Mr. Very Cool. I had him beat. I had that match won. I was about to prove to everyone that I am better than you. And you knew it. You had to get involved. You had to stick your nose in my business. You know, when I turned my back on you, I thought forever and ever I would finally have peace and quiet. But no. It only lasted about a couple of days, and now ever since then I've been hearing Mr. Very Cool this, Mr. Very Cool that, Mr. Very Cool's better than you. You were the Janetti of Wrestlecool. Mr. Very Cool's got a bigger you. Well, I am tired of it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of hearing all this stuff. I'm tired of hearing that you're better than me. I'm tired of hearing that You know, Mr. Very Cool, I think you're right in what you did. You proved to me that you can still go. You proved to me that you can still stand in that ring. Well, I think there's something that we can agree on. I think we can both agree that this needs to end. This needs to end between us. And there's only one way that it can happen. Mr. Very Cool, I am challenging you one-on-one to a match. This has been a long time coming, Mr. Very Cool. I have been wanting to do this for a long, long time. And I didn't think it could get much better than turning my back on you and watching you lose the tag team titles. But you know, now I get a chance to beat you myself, to make you lose by myself. So you know what? I am challenging you to a match named after me. A match that only the most great of men, and I guess you, would compete in. Mr. Very Cool, you were the clown of that team. I was the brains of that team, and you know that very well. And you know what? No matter what, you will always be remembered as Mr. Very Cool. But after I beat you, I will be forever known as Mr. Always Incredible. Because Mr. Very Cool, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to destroy you. And I will destroy you in a last dude standing match. And don't worry, Mr. Very Cool. After I'm done with you, you won't have to worry about trying to drown out your sorrows at a bar or a club or anything like that. No. Because after I'm done with you, they're not going to be taking your body to a club or anything like that. They're going to be taking your body to a morgue. And don't worry, I'll take care of the funeral. And once your body is lowered down into your grave, I won't have it covered back up with dirt. I think I'll have it covered up in a giant mountain of cocaine, just like you'd like. And then once everybody's left except for me and you, I'm going to piss all over it. Because that's exactly what you are. A pile of cocaine and piss. And after I'm done with you, everybody's got to know it. And after everything we've done together, forming our tag team, winning our first match, winning the tag team titles, me turning on you, you attacking me in my match with Fisherman, it'll all be forgotten. Because the only thing that people will remember is after I beat you in a last dude standing match, they will hear it be announced loud and clear. Your winner and the better man, the WrestleDude. See you in the ring.